of Hexmass, an advent calendar of extreme black and death metal. Morbid Angel.
Hey all, welcome to Circle of Tone. Merry Hexmass everybody, it's time. 12 days of Hexmass, an advent calendar of black, death and extreme metal. 12 bands leading up to Christmas Day and beyond. And let's do this advent calendar. We can open up a window every day and behind it is going to be a different band. So who have we got today? We have the mighty, the divisive, sometimes in the same month people love and hate them, Morbid Angel. So that's what's coming up and I hope you like it. And there's a lot of gear to get through on Circle of Tone and it's going to be a good one. So I think we should start off with a bang. If you like these type of videos, please subscribe. My channel is in a rut. I don't know why, but I'm not getting any subscribers and it's slow going. So please share this one with your death metal friends, your black metal guys, the occult metal bands, the the dark, the endless winter of the soul type of individuals who will dig this. All right, I've been Circle of Tone. You've been you. You've been great. Let's do this. Happy Hexmass, everybody. One and all. And we're back. So that was the mighty Morbid Angel. And like I say, people either love them or hate them or love them and hate them in the same month. It's one of those bands. Let's get straight to the gear. Let's not mess around, chicas. I did not use this Circle of Tone prototype guitar because it's not ready yet. And I am not happy with it. So I am a perfectionist. This one is going to be a bolt-on because I'm going to do a tone wood video. Yeah, I've got 3 different bodies I'm going to put on this. This is specifically for that. But I have some bridge issues I need to sort out. So, what did I use? Let's get to the gear. I used... Trey, Azekturth tends to use Gibsons. I've seen him use other guitars in the past as well, but primarily he's using EMGs and Gibsons in the studio. So I used my closest thing that I have to that. Same thing with the maple top, mahogany bottom. Doesn't have the proper heel of a Les Paul, but it has everything else, so it's looking good for that. And this does me proud. I am a world famous knocker of Ibanez, but the tones I'm getting out of this thing are undeniable, so who am I? You have all these pre-existing biases against things like EMGs and Ibanez tone sucking dreadful guitars, but sometimes they get it right. I had to get it in there. Sorry, I got so many dislikes on my videos when I meant to bring up the Ibanez thing. So let's keep this. This is my security blanket. So what else did I use? I used, in front of the amp is a rat, and my settings were volume practically on 9, my distortion was on 3, and the filter was dead center. And they have used rats from day one all the way through. So he also adds a couple of other things like rack gear, harmonizers. He used the Strymon of the time, the Eventide stuff he used in the past. But for the rhythm, it was all this baby. And also, what's this? Is this a circular tone distortion pedal for sale? Yes, why yes it is, Owen. And what's this? Is this a circular tone pickup made with new old stock wire and old stock solder? Oh my goodness, why yes it is. Yeah, coming soon, guys. Watch this space. There's also t-shirts coming out, circular tone t-shirts. So let's talk about selling circular. No, let's talk about the Hexmass band of the day. What was the rat going through? What was the MGs going through? My boy, the JCM 800. So I have one which is perfect for the job, and that is the Circular Tone COT 100 amp. I know it seemed like I'm plugging everything today, but it just happens to be what I'm using. It's based off a similar-ish Marshall schematic, similar but different, because it has a lot of enhancements. There are a lot of things wrong with Marshall, like they don't have loops, they don't have good bass, so I've tweaked that aspect of it, and so I wanted is a British sound with a little bit more grunt, but I turned the grunt off for this. I just wanted it to be, more stockish Marshall, so that's what we went for. And I do have a genuine JCM 800, and I didn't use it because it's in that room and this is all hooked up, and this is better, so what can I say? So I wanted to do us right with this band, and I am so happy with the results. It sounded crushing, and remember, this is old school metal now. We're talking 1980, late 80s, early 90s is their strong point. And what a band, man. I mean, Sanvidal is insane. He is insane for the time. He was doing the modern drummer stuff back in the 90s, and it took a while for everyone to catch up. And Trey Azagtuth is just what I love about this band. It almost sounds like he's playing backwards. And backwards audio is considered evil and the rest of it. That's what it reminds me of. The churning, slow, backwards, slightly off kilter, and it's just evil sounding. At first I thought he was using Floyd Rose's. When you hit it and it kind of detunes a little bit, but he is bending that shit out. He is like purposely grooving into these notes, and that's what I love about it. And his solos just sound like a chicken running up and down the front. I don't know what the hell he's doing, but I like it. So he is completely original. There's nobody else like him, and that's what I like about this band. If you want something different, and these are the guys for you in the death metal world. And I remember in the 90s when I saw their press photos, and they were looking more like Winger in the photos, surrounded by hot bitches, and it was comical to me. I always had a chuckle because they take themselves so seriously, but then they definitely have a sense of humor. They know what they're doing. They're it's fucking brilliant. So they are like larger than life on stage, off stage, and I don't think Trey gets enough press, 'cause I don't think he likes to impress. And he's a very shy person. And what I love about him, speaking of my pedal is called the Quad Damage. And he is a world famous nerd when it comes to these type of things. He has like a Quads clan and all things like that. So I'm wondering what he's up to now. Gaming. Hey Trey, hit me up on PUBG. Let's do this. Let's play some squads. We got this. Chicken dinners all day, bitch. So yeah, I think he is the type of person that I would really get on with, because I watched some interviews of him, and he hates modern production. And back before it was, the indie kid thing to do, he was calling out modern production. He was saying that anything to a click is lifeless. Analog is life and digital is death, he was saying. And it's not good death, it's a sterile death. And that resonated with me, because that's what my channel is all about, is to try and get out of the cookie cutter, try and get out of the vintage 30 into a Mesa, and all that type of thing, and rinse repeat, because everybody else is doing it, so I'm going to do it. That's what I love about this band. And I've watched, there's a famous a famous storage place in Tampa, and I actually want to visit it, because it's almost like a mecca. All the death metal bands used to play there. It would be 90 degrees heat, and they would be playing. The drummer would be shut in one of the storage containers, and they'd be standing outside playing. And that was interesting to me, where it didn't just fall into their laps. That's what I keep on saying. They grind, they work for it. I'm thinking of getting a T-shirt called "Work for It, Bitch." So yeah, it's part of the art is the melding of more than one person. Modern metal these days is one brainchild, and then a couple of, he's a good drummer, let's get him in, and like Guns for Hire type of thing. The great bands are all individuals. They're all people pulling everything in their own direction. I mean, I actually like some of the industrial stuff they did. Like Vincent gets a lot of flack because he kind of does take over the persona of the band. And I don't think Trey is always happy about what he says about Satanism and all the rest of it. But it's a complex, a band is a complex thing. And if it was all sunshine and light all the time, you get very boring music. So that's what I love about this band. And what can I say? It's I like the directions they go in. They do push the envelope. I mean, Celtic Frost did the same thing. They introduced drum machines in, and it's a funny thing, because you got Trey saying how he hates the digital, and then you have another member in the band trying to push them in industrial directions, and that's creates the conflict, and you get what you get. And what a band, and what an era! Oh my God, that era! I mean, I was in it. I was a death metal kid in the early 90s, late 80s, and I just loved it. I wish I had my shirts from back in the day. Not that they'd fit. And yeah, good times, man. So if you like this video, but let me just talk about the gear a little bit more. I'm an idiot. I used an SM57 on an old G12M Greenback, and that's what they used on some of those early albums. It's a Greenback. Everyone thinks it's 75s. I thought it was 75s. I'm sure they've used them, since, but the era was Greenbacks. Who would have thought it? And it's not even the old Greenbacks. It's like the 90s reissue that they did. And I'll put the specific cone and all the rest of it in the details, because we are Circle of Tone and we don't mess around. Good old SM57 and a Greenback. Greenback is synonymous with country and western music, and slow blues and rock and all the rest of it. And you got these guys punishing these 25 watt speakers. Love it. So that's it. And you could probably tell it's wonderful, right? Hexmass is coming. I got to do a video every day. Let's strike him down with sickness. I am so ill, but I'm going to punch through it. It's a Circle Tone. If you're a producer and you get sick and you have a band that's going on tour and you got to record, right? So I'm the same mindset. Let's do this. It's every day, bro. I hate that I just said that, but Hexmass is here. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful Hexmass, and I'll see you hopefully tomorrow. Circle of Tone, please subscribe. Got t-shirts. We got all the stuff, my music you can buy in the description. So it's a way to end the video. Ha 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 ha.
Days of Hexmass, an advent calendar of extreme black and death metal. Bolt Thrower.